If you have used Final Cut Pro at all, and you've installed any plugins previously, you absolutely need to check out this 100% free app. The app I'm going to show you was designed by an absolutely incredible human named Rob, and he just wanted to give back to the Final Cut Pro community, so he's designed this powerful app and made it completely free. The app is called FCP Template Manager, and you can download it over at robtoearth.com, and I'll of course have links down below. So what is FCP Template Manager? Well, it's an app designed from the ground up to allow you to get a broad overview over all of the plugins and templates you've installed into Final Cut Pro, but it also allows you to organize those templates, to favorite those templates, to rename those templates, to uninstall those templates. And one of my favorite features is that it lets you repair projects that maybe have a broken plugin or template previously. So here in the onboarding experience, we can first create our favorites folder. I'm just going to select create default for all of the favorites here, and we can go to the next page. It's going to ask for an archive folder. I'm just going to use whatever the defaults are here. You can press create default archive directory, and then you can add in your Final Cut Pro libraries and projects. Let's go ahead and select add folder, and I'll just select my basic generic folder here. It's not all of the libraries and templates I have, but it's a lot of them. And then we'll press next. And now we can select our projects. And the projects and libraries are slightly different. That's why there's two selections here. So we'll just go ahead and do the same thing. Push open. And what this enables is for the app to scan through and see just how many times you've used a specific template. And that actually allows you to use powerful search features based on how many times you've used a title or template. Lastly, it asks to build a template database, and this is just a way to speed up the app. I recommend you do it. And no, this isn't uploading any data to the cloud or anything. It's just keeping it all on device, and it keeps it really, really fast. You'll see that after a couple moments here, it has gone ahead and created that template database, and now we can press get started. It's going to bring up this little window indicating the differences between hidden folders and archive folders, and that is a very powerful feature, which I will be getting into, but we'll go ahead and press got it. So this is FCP Template Manager. You'll see in the bottom left that if you want to install any new templates, you can just drag them over to this and it will automatically handle all the processing of installing that template. Additionally, we can come up here and head to titles, and you should notice three icons. One is this little clapperboard, one's an eyeball, and one is this lock. So starting on the right side, the lock indicates that there are templates that are locked down, and that means you can't open them inside of Apple Motion. The middle icon means there are hidden templates. These are templates that are still installed on your machine, but they are hidden from Final Cut Pro's browser. This is one of my absolute favorite features of this app, and I'll definitely talk about it in just a second. And the third icon indicates if there are built-in templates from Final Cut Pro. If it's green, that means all of the templates found here are the built-in templates from Final Cut. And if it's yellow, that means that some of them are templates that you've created or a third party has installed. And so there's a little bit of variation there. If you don't want to see the templates that are already built in, you can always come up to the filters menu and select exclude built-in. And you'll even see that you can filter based off of used templates or unused templates and how much you've used them in your projects. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and just look up FCB, and I can see all of the various templates I have created in the past. So let's take a look here at FCB's Pro Zooms, and I will admit that I have used this app extensively for my most recent Pro Zooms 4.1 update. It was absolutely essential in allowing me to create the update that I was able to create, so mad props to Rob for enabling these features for me. Over here, you can see a thumbnail of the different templates that you have installed. To the right, though, is the favoriting tool. So let's say, for example, I want to favorite Pro Focus because I use this all of the time over in Final Cut. Well, we'll press the favorite icon and it will bring up this little dialog window the first time. Let's go ahead and select don't show this warning again in this session and press copy. So it's essentially copied Pro Focus over into that favorites folder we created earlier. Let's go ahead and do a couple others. Maybe I'll go ahead and drop in Zoom Rig and Zoom Rig Infinite. So that is super cool. Those have been copied over. Now, the way Final Cut Pro works is it's kind of a one-way street. If you happen to remove a template or title, that is going to create the red screen of doom if you ever open up an old project. And I'll show you some powerful ways you can get around that using this app. But the reason why I say that is because you can't just quickly click that icon again to unfavorite a title or template. So now that I've created my favorites, let's go ahead and close this down. And you'll see that I have my favorites folder up here at the top. That means I have super quick and easy access to making changes to these. For one, we can go ahead and right click on any of these, and you'll see this large menu of options we have available to us. And I definitely don't have time to get into all of them, but one we can do is select Set Theme. With the set theme, you can use one of the themes that are already there with that associated template, or we can come down here to the bottom and select Custom. And so now I can change the theme to whatever I want. Why is this helpful? Well, now you can completely organize all of your templates inside of Final Cut Pro. When you change the theme on a template, it doesn't cause any harm for it over in Final Cut, which is so powerful. So for example, let me just call this the subscribe theme. And so now ZoomRig now has that subscribe theme, and let's pop open Final Cut Pro. So here in Final Cut, we can go up to our titles, and you should see your favorites here at the very top. Now I have quick and easy access to my ZoomRigs, and I also can see that new theme we created, which is called Subscribe. But there's some other really powerful stuff we can do with the template manager. Let's say, for example, we are so tired of seeing all of these templates and titles cluttering up our workspace. Maybe there's a template we used previously, but we don't want to see anymore in Final Cut, but we also don't want to break old projects, right? Well, let's go ahead and right click on ZoomRig, and I'm going to select Hide from FCP Browser. You will now see that ZoomRig has the little hidden icon to the right of it. And what's so cool is, let's hop back over into Final Cut. You'll see that that template is now hidden from the browser. But what's super important about hiding a template is that it doesn't delete it. Why is that cool? Well, you'll actually see that I had ZoomRig down here on the timeline previously, but ZoomRig is still functioning 100% okay. It doesn't give me the red screen of doom in Final Cut. That's because it's still installed, it's just hidden from Final Cut Pro's browser. So that means you don't need to worry about breaking old projects. And this opens up such a cool feature. It blows my mind. Before I show you this, you're going to want to quit Final Cut Pro because these are pretty massive changes. So let's go ahead and close out Final Cut. What if you could hide all of the templates and titles you don't regularly use? Well, that is where profiles come into play. So we're going to come down to this little icon. We'll click on that. And there are template profiles, and I'll go ahead and press got it. So this is experimental and this can cause issues, so keep that in mind. But what we're going to do is click this and select manage profiles. We'll add a profile, and I'm just going to call this the Final Cut Bro, and we'll press add. Now we'll select that profile and we'll select edit templates. So I only want access to my specific templates that I've created over time. So I'm just going to search up FCB. Here are the templates I have, and let's just go ahead and check these boxes. Now that I've done that, you'll see that I've selected 132 different templates, and we can press save. Now I'm going to press activate. And again, you're going to want to do this when Final Cut Pro is closed, because otherwise it's not going to properly update, especially if you're working with thousands of templates like I am right now. We can actually close this out and just see that it's applying the profiles in the lower left corner. And what it's essentially doing is hiding every single other template other than the ones I have checked within my profile. So this can take a moment, but it's absolutely worth it, because now you'll see that this has turned green, indicating that I have an active profile. And let's open up Final Cut Pro, and this is where the magic happens. So I was tired of seeing all that clutter, but if we take a look over here in my titles and templates, it is now down to just the built-in titles and templates from Final Cut Pro itself, and just my own created titles and templates, which I have over here on the left-hand side. This is so powerful for those of you who want to keep a clean workspace, but you also don't want to risk breaking old projects. When you are done with your profile, go ahead and close out Final Cut Pro once again, and we can click on this icon and select deactivate the Final Cut Bro, and it will once again reapply the profile, as in it will unhide everything that was hidden previously. There is one last feature I want to quickly cover. This is going to save your bacon if you've ever created a project and you've accidentally deleted or moved an old plugin. And that is the ability to repair a project. You'll find it by going over to the settings menu here, and we can go ahead and select libraries. You'll notice that we can check this box to see missing templates only. So all of the projects that it has previously scanned will be showing up here. So let's say, for example, this one has one missing reference and I want to fix it because I happen to know that I still have that title. It's just been moved. We'll press repair, and it's having a hard time finding this specific one. So let's browse for a replacement. I'm going to click that button and we'll search through our titles. So we'll just look up Premium VFX, and we know that we are searching for the R1 left down B. So I happen to know that that particular template is this left down B short, and we'll push open and we can actually select that template. And so now it's going to replace that template. And if we push next, we can create a repaired library copy. And now what it has done, we can select reveal. It has created a brand new library with that specific plugin template tied to the one that we just replaced it with. So what that will do is make it so I no longer have the red screen of doom directly in Final Cut Pro because those were missing templates and titles previously. This is a feature that absolutely needs to be built into Final Cut Pro by default, but it's not. So Rob is here to save the day. Like I said, this is a 100% free app. But while it is free to us, we need to not forget the enormous amount of effort and energy Rob has put into this app. He has spent hundreds and hundreds of hours. I've been able to talk back and forth with him over the beta process of this app. And I know he just poured his heart and soul into every feature and tool set found within this app. So if you are financially able to in any way, make sure you hit this coffee icon in the app and go ahead and buy Rob a cup of Joe or two. These are the powerful apps that we as professionals in Final Cut Pro need. And I can't believe that he has just created it as a free app for all of us just because he wants to give back to the Final Cut Pro community. If this video was helpful to you in any way, maybe consider pressing that like button and subscribing, as that does help me out tremendously as a creator. And with that being said, I cannot wait to see you in the next one.